Brother. Here we are again. Everything good?
Everything's good, man.
Hey man, I appreciate you, what I'm saying, making yourself available and continually getting this podcast on a continuous basis, man. I appreciate that.
You the one with the busy schedule, man.
Hey man, we all do what we gotta do from day to day, but I appreciate, what I'm saying, your time availability.
I appreciate you appreciating that, and I appreciate yours.
I appreciate that. Hey man, so let's just jump right into it, man. So Kevin Hart just dropped a new special
Out of nowhere.
Out of
At least
nowhere.
to me.
What you think about that?
Watched it last night.
I did too.
The first half of it, I don't think I laughed.
It was hit or miss.
It took me a minute to kind of like really get back in the laughing mode. I don't know why.
Get back in laughing mode. What you mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like it just wasn't funny to me. It just, it was humorous, but it wasn't funny.
It was the Kevin of old to me. It sounded like he was just going back to his old. Like the jokes sounded like they sounded before. Like it's new material, but he set it up, and the punchline was pretty much the same as he's done before.
Maybe that's what it was. Just that maybe it felt too familiar.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
But about the time when he started, what really got me? One was it had something to do with women. What did he say about them?
You know, I was thinking the same thing. Like I was trying to rack my brain because I was dying laughing.
Yeah.
During that part, and all I got was the side eye while I was laughing.
I got a look. Oh, one of them was when he was talking about like not having a plan. Like dudes just don't have a plan.
Oh yeah. He said, "Where you been? We've been in the parking lot at Home Depot for 5 minutes."
Where you going? I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out right now. Well, you going to get something to eat? I hope so. I'm hungry.
Right.
I was like, that's me and my friends all day.
The plan. What did he say about the women though?
Over somebody's house. Like that's the plan.
Right. The plan is to get out of the house. That's the plan.
Right. That's step one. Get out the house. Just go now. And then after that, we'll figure everything else out. Which is fine. Right. I've been on whole trips where all we had was a destination. Like, yo, we're gonna go to New Orleans. What we gonna do? I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get down there. Cool. Then you tell your wife, hey, we're going to New Orleans. What y'all gonna do? I don't know. What you mean you don't know? Like you ain't got no itinerary. I need a whole itinerary or a list of what y'all gonna do. I ain't got one. I'll tell you, I'll call you before we leave. I don't know. Probably go get something to eat, probably hit a bar. Just talking general right now, you know.
Exactly. Hey, men do not have itineraries unless it's specific to like bachelor parties. Right. Other than that, we winging it
all day.
I thought it was interesting that he did it in his house. My whole question was, those people that were in his house, were they actually staged people or were they actual fans?
I don't know. I'm sure they were vetted in some type of way. You know,
I had to. I can't just let all them strangers in my house. And now you know where I live.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they probably work for his company in some type of way or something like that. You know, some people that he may not have a tight-knit relationship with, but like, you know, close enough to where he's letting them come to his house, because that is a big thing. I did like the way it was set up though. Like
it was real nice.
Yeah. He kind of irritated me because he was like, this is the first time I'm doing something this intimate. I'm like, dude, you came to Zany's in Nashville. Like, it's about the same size as whatever you was just shooting in.
Well, his whole intimate thing was like what he was like you said, he'd been doing stadiums and arenas for so long. You know, going back to the intimate scene is probably, he ain't done that in a minute. You know, he said he'd been out for about a year, you know, due to his car crash and just the coronavirus and everything. So it's been about a year since he's been doing anything, he said. So I understand that.
Yeah.
Especially for somebody who's always on the go like he is.
Right. Yeah. But he had some funny parts in there. I did like the what do you say, the left arm or the one arm people protesting them.
Oh man. So speaking of that, that joke that he gave, he was talking about, you know, as soon as he said the joke, he was apologizing to people.
Mm-hmm.
So in his bit, he was also talking about how, you know, the culture, like, and the fans and people like switched it on him. Like usually
He's talking about that cancel culture.
Yeah, like people, like comedians could go up there and talk about anything. But now the culture has shifted, and now everybody, they're putting the celebrities on trial for everything that they say and do now.
Yeah, for everything.
For everything.
Even in micro celebrities like these TikTok people. I was just seeing something where some famous TikTok girl, I guess she was wilding out at a dinner with her family, and now the internet went in on her. So now she's like, should I just get off social media crying and stuff? White girl, you know, like it was more serious issues out there than to be worried about something like that.
Mm-hmm. So I think that, you know, I think it was kind of, I don't think it was weird, but it was just kind of funny to me to hear him tell a joke and then immediately apologize. Like, I've never heard that done before.
Right.
Like, you would never hear Dave Chappelle do that.
Nah, I mean, but he did it in a joking manner. Like, he wasn't serious about it. I don't think, but he's playing into the fact that he knows, you know, he's going back to people finding comments that he did 10 years ago on Twitter, or in one of his stand-ups he did up there talking about his son in a dollhouse and how he just he'll like just break it or whatever.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. It's still funny. And but he lost the Oscars off of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some Oscars, and he lost that.
Yeah.
So that's what he was playing into through this whole thing. So I definitely understood where he was coming from. So he'd say something, be like, sorry. Don't cancel me for that. Like,
right.
But it'd be weird to have to do that, you know, in your day-to-day life. Like, I know I say stuff all day, every day, that if the wrong people heard me, or if I was a celebrity, like there's no way, like I would be canceled so fast. Like, there's no filter on some of the stuff that I say, especially in like group chats. Like, he was talking about what do you say? Women read your man's group chat if he's over 40. He was like, if he's under 40, I wouldn't test it. Like, it's up to you, but I wouldn't test it. But like, our conversations most of the time, like, they're innocent and they're funny to me, but like somebody else
on tangents.
Yeah, they definitely go off on tangents, but somebody else could find them very offensive. Oh well, you know what I mean? Like, it's not
that part was funny, because as soon as he said it, I started laughing, because that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Like, you start talking about a conversation and then all of a sudden it just goes another direction.
Yeah. The only thing for my group is we probably don't go, I know we don't go 5 days without somebody saying something. That was only, everything else he said was 100% accurate though.
I think another part that was funny to me when he was talking about his daughter, is that meeting all these different boys, and all I'm thinking about is my daughter. And when she gets older to that age, I'm like, oh man, I really don't even want to think about that right now.
Nah, yeah, it's got to be a scary situation.
I'm sure. And then, you know, just meeting the guys that she might be interested in, like he said, like, oh, okay, I see why she likes him. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then he said, oh, I met with the other guy, Matt. He said, oh, I forgot all about him, the other guy. He said,
yeah, so, that's up. He had it. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's speaking with his hands a lot.
That whole bit was funny. But going back to what you was talking about, as far as like the cancel culture and stuff like that, like, I think it's celebrities. I think I can understand why they walk on eggshells now. Mm-hmm. Because of social media and everybody's recording. Like, that's something he said also in his stand-up, that everybody's recording now.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wants to just enjoy the moment. Everybody's recording. But like, for regular everyday people, blue and white collar, you know, saying people, sometimes we can get into trouble too about things that we may say on social media, mostly on social media. It's not really about what we're saying in person, like out and about, but it's always,
it's the record.
Yeah,
what you say.
Exactly. So I don't personally think that, you know what I'm saying, I've said anything that would get me into any trouble with work-wise, like my job it's not scanning my Facebook or Instagram page looking for detrimental information or anything like that. Like I'm, selling secrets or something like that. I didn't like that happening.
Right.
Now I would understand if I was selling secrets and stuff like that. I was like, oh shit, I got caught. You caught me.
I don't even think it's not just that though. It's not even something that deals with your work. It's what deals with your character on top of that. People are getting canceled for stuff like that. Like if you came out with a hard stance on a certain topic, like say for instance, I don't think you would, but let's say on Facebook you was like, you know what, I think abortion is 100% wrong. Anybody that has an abortion should burn in hell. Like, and your job sees that, like that's going to be an issue. You know what I mean?
Because they're not going to be looking for it, but because of the discussion that I had, it's going to be stirring up some information. It's going to be forwarded and retweeted or shared, and then eventually they'll catch wind of it.
Right. Because I mean, whether you want to or not, you are a representative of your company. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Like, and that's anybody. I tell people all the time that, like, we don't post nothing under your uniform picture. You know what I mean? Like if somebody's wearing a military uniform, I was like, man, if you post a lot of stuff with your uniform on, don't take no political stance. Like just don't do it, or have a whole separate account where you're not posting stuff like that, because people are going to equate your uniform with the military and believe that that's the opinion of the military.
Absolutely.
Or if we're going through changes, which we have in the past 10 years, where we're more diverse and more accepting to the current climate and culture, say for instance, transgenders, we allow them into the military now. So if you say something against them, that's going to be an issue. You know what I mean? Right. Like you can't just throw that out there all willy-nilly anymore. And I know people that, they've let their personal beliefs get in the way of their career.
Right.
Just off of comments, or like say for instance with this election, they're 100% still in this election from Trump. Okay, that's your opinion. You have a right to an opinion, but now that you put it out there, depending on how hard you take that stance and what line you step over, could possibly make you, I ain't gonna say lose your job, but it's probably definitely going to, somebody's gonna have to talk to you. Like you gotta chill out. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
You have to.
Yeah. So I mean, the world is always changing, so you got to be always on your P's and Q's.
Yeah, 100%. I wish it wasn't like that though, man. Because like sometimes I find stuff funny on both sides.
Absolutely.
Even racist comments. Like as I get older, like I find some comments, I'm like, that's just funny. Like I don't know why. Like, but more in the entertainment aspect of it than anything. You know what I mean? Like if it's just some random person just cursing out somebody, you N-word this and that, that's not funny. But like if you throw it in, like say for instance, The Boys, they had Stormfront. She was racist and she was saying some stuff that I was like, oh my God, like this is hilarious. Like why would she like? Where do they come up with this stuff?
It's all in. Yeah, it's all in context.
Yeah,
like where you are, how you saying it, what you saying. Because it's on TV and it's a movie, it's kind of okay, I would say. But if it was like, it was a news press conference and you got Rudy Giuliani, leading the meeting and all he's saying like, you nigger, then that's a problem.
I don't know. I might laugh at Rudy just because he. You see him with his hair, his dye.
I did see that. Sweating the dye from his hair color. Yeah, that was wild.
Hey, Rudy out here, man, he's not a good, like this is not my 9/11 Rudy, man. Like he out here trying to sleep with young girls and Borac. Out here sweating dye. Oh man.
He trying to live his best life and media won't let him do it, man.
Like, there's always somebody filming.
Yeah. So what about this Jeezy Gucci battle?
Oh man. I thought Okay, so let's say going into it, because originally it was supposed to be Jeezy and Tip. Well, originally I guess Jeezy wanted Gucci, but Gucci declined. So Tip stepped in. Busta wanted Tip, but Tip didn't. He didn't think Busta was on this level, which I kind of beg to differ.
Right.
But so then we get this G. So then it was supposed to be Jeezy versus Tip, and I thought Jeezy was going to slay him. Personally, not that Tip is not a great artist because he is, and I like his stuff. But Jeezy just has better club bangers,
Uh-huh.
and so I felt like his catalog lent itself more towards a battle. So then when they switched it to Gucci, I was like, oh, this probably is a better matchup, because I listen to Gucci Man. I know he got some club bangers and everything.
Right.
I can't say that I was wrong, but what I can say is that Gucci played the wrong songs. He started out good.
I agree with that. He left a lot of stuff that he didn't play.
Yeah, he came out swinging. I mean, he came out with his diss track towards Jeezy, and I was like, oh, this is the type of battle we're gonna have. Okay, like we haven't seen this before because most of the time it's friendly and it's all love, and he came out like hard.
Uh-huh.
And then I give Jeezy probably like the first 2 rounds, and then after, I mean not Jeezy, but Gucci. I give Gucci like the first 2 rounds, and then after that, it was a murder. Like, how like a boxer comes out and they got so much energy, and then they just fade off because they went too hard too fast. Yeah, that's what this was. Like
that's basically what all of Floyd Mayweather saw.
Right? Yeah. He just punch him out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Wait you out, and then he'll just hit you with the pity pat. But it was ridiculous. Like I felt bad for Gucci. After a while, I was just like, man. I saw a comment. Somebody was like, somebody tapped Gucci on the shoulder. Nah, Gucci's DJ need to tap him on the shoulder and tell him, let's go.
Man, the DJs were getting into it more than the artist was.
Oh yeah.
I was like, man, why y'all hyping this up, man? Like,
but I felt like it was all a hype up anyway. Like I had felt like whatever beef they had was already squashed before they even started. So I didn't feel the threat that people were trying to say, oh man, the tension is so high. Like, no, man, these dudes they're grown. They've already talked about this. There's no way that you're about to battle somebody in a versus match with all this money, you know what I mean? Especially under the name of Timberland and Swiss Beats, and you don't know what the other person's going to do. You know what I mean? Like it's.
But they're not getting paid for that, are they?
I don't know if they're getting paid or not, but you're still going to have a level of professionalism. I feel like, you know what I mean? This ain't the streets. This is being broadcast across the world. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not going to have a shooter in the corner, or you going to pull out, or you going to start fighting because you ain't like what the other person played or anything. Like everybody thought like it was going to be a big problem. I was like, man, I'm pretty sure they deaded this. And then at the end, of course, they deaded it, which it was already done. So it was like,
I don't know if it was already done or not.
It was done.
I don't know. I listened to the Breakfast Club this morning when Jeezy was on there. I don't know if you heard that, but the way he was talking, it was like what played out is how it really played out. Like it was none of that vetting stuff and beforehand. Like he went there to do his thing. He got a lot more to lose in his mind. Jeezy does. Due to his, his family, his properties, and his lifestyle and all that stuff, and Gucci Man does too. So it was just real. I guess from the interview side point of it, it sounded like it played out the way that it did. Like none of that was planned.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like I can't say that some words weren't heated in the moment because they probably were, because their history together is a heated history. But
absolutely.
There's, again, you don't go in. I don't think, especially Jeezy, more so Jeezy, I don't think he goes into that situation without having some type of assurance that like this is done. And then for the last song to be a collaborative song, like you already knew that was going to happen. You know what I mean? Like you kind of, both of your DJs knew this was going to be the last song you was going to play. So therefore, you've already talked about this. You know what I mean? Like, you play what you want to play, I'm gonna play what I want to play, but at the end, we're gonna come together.
Right. I think that was probably said, yes. But I think some of the stuff, like all that before then, was all like real, like animosity type towards stuff, all that, just get it off my chest. Like, the whole beef of it, what I'm saying? Like, Gucci shot one of Jeezy's mans because they was trying to rob and kidnap him. You know what I'm saying? That's, if somebody do that to me, even if 15, 20 years have passed and I see you again and we face to face, all of the emotion might be built, came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I agree, but again, I like I said, I think the emotion was real. I just think that they had a prior conversation. You know what I mean? And I don't think the tension was as high as people would like to believe. But I could be wrong because I wasn't in the room. And
So who's your overall winner?
Jeezy.
Okay.
Yeah. Hands down. What about you? What you think?
Jeezy.
Yeah. I mean,
no, I thought it was good. I think Jeezy was the overall winner as well.
Dude, anytime you play that,
he just gave to.
I'm the realest in it. You already know, God Trapper. I'm telling you, he could have played that on repeat. That could have been every song that he played. But then I always forget how big Jeezy bag is. You know what I mean? Like, his whole first album was a hit. You know what I mean? Like, every song is a hit. So like, he played a lot of songs from his first album. Played the Boys in the Hood. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you're not gonna beat him. Like, I put him up against anybody almost. You know what I mean? Like, it would take maybe Luda. I think Luda probably would have been better suited for Jeezy, even though they're not trap music. You know what I mean? Because Luda's definitely not trap music to me.
Nah, he's like comical rap.
Yeah, comical club bangers.
Yeah.
But he has the bangers to match. You know what I mean? Like, you can't play a mixtape song that nobody's heard, Gucci, and then Jeezy comes behind you and plays something that was banging in the clubs for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to lose every time.
But it was definitely good. I mean, definitely good for, 1.7 million people worldwide watched that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Nah, I was jamming out. Like, it was hard. I'm definitely glad they did it. I definitely appreciate both of their music. I downloaded both of their albums because they both came out with an album last night.
Right.
I didn't listen to neither one of them though.
And not even just the new albums that they just had come out, but because they was playing all their old stuff, their catalog, I'm sure, just went through the roof today. 100%. From Apple Music to Spotify and Pandora and all that. Yep.
100%. So it was definitely it's a smart business move.
So I'm pretty. If Timberland and Swiss don't have some back end deal with all of these social media or streaming platforms to get paid, because they're bringing all these new listeners, well, not new listeners, but these listeners back to these people's catalogs and streaming music, bringing money to their revenues. They got to get something. Have to.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking like 1.7 million.
Yeah, 1.7. It was at 1.8 at one point.
Was it?
I remember Swiss tweeted out 1.8, but I think he was looking from both ends, because it's on Verzuz and it's on Apple Music as well.
Right.
So I think he was looking at it. He probably had some type of metrics to combine the two. But he said, he tweeted out 1.8 during the battle at one point. But
just think, like, if that was like, if they charge like $20 per person for every person who viewed it, that's $34 million.
Yeah.
Ridiculous amount of money that they could have just split down to half.
Are they doing any promotional deals? Like product placement, I guess. Because there's no commercials, you know what I mean? No, so like, is there any product placements that's in there that they're getting money off of? They got to be getting money some type of way. Unless they just doing it for all love, which I doubt.
Like I think it started out as all love. Maybe like the very beginning.
Yeah. Maybe they get in the back end from the actual artists. Maybe the artists are paying them. Like, all right, man, look, I'll allow you this platform. People are, you getting 1 million views on top. You know, the rest of it is up to you to kind of hype up and
Right.
you know what I mean? But which they did a great job hyping this
Yeah,
one
they
up
did.
anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I seen Jeezy had a meme, not Jeezy, Gucci had a meme where it was like a snowman, and then the sun came out and melted the snowman, and then like Gucci was like flying on a helicopter or something. I was like, what? Like it was all animated. I was like, this is crazy. Like these dudes are putting way more into it. Like I'm hyped for this. Like this, like I know women had the Monica and Brandy, and they were hyped for that. Like this was my battle that I was like, nah, man, this is gonna go hard, especially from being from the South, you know, being from Nashville, absolutely. You know, which is very close to Atlanta. So, you know, we hear a lot of what they do down there. So yeah, nah. It took me back too.
So who's next?
I don't know, man. I like to see something up north. You know what I mean? Like we've been in the South for a minute, so let's move it up north or to the West Coast. I don't know. Let's do something like 50 versus the Game. That's a good build up.
That would be a good one. But then I don't know if the Game would do it because he ain't getting no money.
Oh, from 50?
No. I'm talking about like if he was to get some money from it, like if his catalog started, you know, saying building back up.
Oh yeah, it'll just go back to Interscope.
I wouldn't want to give them no more money.
Nah, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
No, because I thought it was all his money was going to one of those women that he that filed a law. Yes, that's what I thought.
Oh, I don't know about that. That might be true.
No.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
All right. Well, I do agree with that. Like the West Coast type, like maybe like Ice Cube versus somebody. Because Ice Cube got a good catalog too.
I mean, if you want to go old school, we can do Cube versus like LL Cool J. That'd be crazy. Yeah. Because let's not forget that LL was the battle rap king.
And he got 10 strong albums. Well, maybe 8 strong albums.
Like, who's Cannabis? Do anybody remember Cannabis? LL did that. Like, LL Cool J shut down Cannabis.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I wouldn't mind Puff doing, getting at somebody.
That would be a good one. I think they said like the ultimate like highlight would be like Puff versus Dr. Dre.
See, because Puff is on more songs, I have to say Puff will probably, like, Dre's bag's not that deep. He does beats. You know what I mean? So if you're doing it strictly off of the music that you've created, that's one thing. But if you're doing it off of like albums, like your personal albums, Puff got that hands down. Like he got some heat in there.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a combination of all of the above. But again, it's to get people engaged again. Who's the question is like who's going to beat 1.8 million? That's the benchmark now.
I mean,
who's strong enough who are two strong people to bring 1.200 million?
Jay and Nas. just off their past, you know what I mean? But I'm not saying I don't think it would be as good of a battle as Jeezy and Gucci.
And Gucci, you don't think so?
But it will get more views. You know what I mean?
So. Yeah, I think so too. Man, what would be good if they like hyped it up, like hyping it up while they're there, not the beforehand like Jeezy and Gucci just did, but like if they do it, they diss track to each other and they're going in on it. Like, of course, it would be a show, but they way past all that. But it was people want to see that. Yeah. I want to see that.
Yeah, that's what made Gucci so like coming out so strong. Like the first song was a diss track to Jeezy. Like it was like, oh my God, like this how we going? We just gonna go straight fire, straight like off the rip. Okay, talking about his dead friend and everything. All right, okay, that's what we doing. Yeah, man, that's a good question though. Ooh, Eminem versus Ludacris. I think that'd be hot because they both are that comical rapper.
Yeah, but I don't think Ludacris is. I don't think Ludacris is there with Eminem though. That's my opinion.
But
I think Eminem would be a good one to have on verses, but who would he verse? I have no idea.
But you got to think it's not just lyrical content. It's also the track itself, like the music, the presentation of the music. Like, so Eminem has a lot of lyrical content, but Luda has bangers.
Yeah,
how many club bangers do Eminem have? You know what I mean? So like,
not many.
Not many at all. I mean, so Luda plays "Move, Bitch," right? That's his first song. What's Eminem's response? Stan? You know what I mean? Like it's how you know what I mean? Like, cause you could be the greatest artist in the world.
Nah, it would be that what's that one joint he got with Joyner Lucas.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. The one off the Cosmikaze album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, he got some stuff. He got some stuff that can go back and forth.
But you can't. I mean, it's not just about lyrics. I mean, unless you present it that way, like, all right, this lyrical artist versus this lyrical artist. You know what I mean? Like, if you present it that way, then it might be it'll probably be a little bit different. You know what I mean? But if that's not the goal, you know what I mean, or if you don't say that up front, which then you're not gonna get that many views because people don't. If all you hearing is weak tracks and lyrics, you know what I mean, you're gonna be like, I'll tune out for this one.
What about Lil Wayne versus somebody? Lil Wayne and Eminem?
Nah.
No.
I don't think that's a good match.
I don't either.
I don't know who Wayne could face. I mean,
now you talk about somebody who catalog is deep.
Nah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, he has so many, like, you have to put Lil Wayne against Drake. Like, that's the only person I feel like, or Kanye, if Kanye could not be crazy. Because Kanye, you know, he has a nice bag. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. As crazy as he is right now, I ain't gonna say he's crazy. That's wrong. I'm not gonna label that man like that. But as on another spiritual journey as he is right now, you just don't know what he's gonna do. He might want to throw out some gospel songs or something, you know.
He got a new song coming out that just dropped today. I forgot who it was, but it was like a collaboration.
I haven't heard any new Kanye music in a minute, just because I just don't listen to his new stuff. I still listen to the old stuff, but I don't listen to none of his new stuff.
It's with the Baby and 2 Chainz. That's what it is. It's called Nah Nah Nah. But he's talking about, I don't want to say spiritual stuff, but there's some stuff in there.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see. Swiss and Tempo said they got some new stuff for season 2.
Yeah, they did. Give me like Kid Cudi versus Travis Scott. Just the humming. It'd be the humming battle.
Once upon a time, I would have liked to have saw Kid Cudi versus Lupe Fiasco.
Oh, that would be nice. I mean, Lupe, he's got some good stuff, man. I was a huge Lupe fan, you know, for about 3 albums. And then I don't know what happened.
Or do like the Roots versus Black Eyed Peas.
That's the Roots all day, though, man. That's not even fair.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? It's group against group. Like,
are we doing before? Like, the Roots would have to, I mean, not the Roots, but I don't know. I personally, I would say that the Roots would smash. But it would be interesting just to see what songs they play. And then you could have a live band.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, with a live band.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would. I think that'd be good. So we'll see.
Give me Earth, Wind, and Fire versus Cameo.
Yeah. Straight up. Word up. I'm sorry. Word up.
Oh man. Stevie Wonder versus Tears from a Clown. What's his name? Smokey Robertson.
You going this way.
I mean, that's straight fire right there, man. Hey, look, you can't discount the old people too, man. Come on, now you got.
Oh, we didn't. We had Gladys and Patty.
That's why we need some dudes. But you got to do.
So,
you can't have like a group because most of the old groups have been replaced by new members. Nah, I want the classic people.
So why don't we do R&B? So like some Tank versus Genuine, or some Raheem Devon versus, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, Carl Thomas.
Yeah. Maxwell versus somebody.
Right.
Yeah. Like Maxwell versus The Weeknd.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Nah, he played Women's Work. It's over. Let's go home. Be like, what's my man name from NBA? Mama, there goes that man. Like, that song is just so hard.
Dude, yeah. I mean, it would be good. That would be but you got to do something for the ladies. You know, they've been trying to go back and forth with Maxwell.
Yeah.
That would definitely be a good turn on for, you know what I mean, tune in for the women.
Yeah.
Or Bruno Mars versus who did you say? Not Maxwell, but The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Bruno Mars versus The Weeknd.
That'd be good. Be energetic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know how we'll get at the Bruno Mars though, because he's so animated.
I mean, but I don't know, man. The Weeknd got some good songs I can just vibe to.
He do. I'm not gonna lie, he do. It's about presentation, like you were saying earlier. You know, Bruno come out with his dancers, and they all doing the steps and everything. It's like the Temptations, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So we'll see. Hopefully, sooner than later, of course.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, man.
One thing I did like, I like seeing the celebrities tweet. I don't know why, but like they get their little comments and stuff like as it's going on. Like Usher was saying, what did he say? He was talking about they need to. Oh, they was in Magic City, but they wasn't throwing no money. So he started doing like money emojis. Like he was throwing money in Magic City. I thought like it's little stuff like that. And then like, of course, like I said, I saw Swiss tweet the actual numbers, and then seeing some of the other celebrities just like bigging up the whole process, and you know, and the artists that they like to follow. So that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think that's one good thing about this also, is that you have access. I don't want to say access, but you do kind of like direct access to all these celebrities. Like we're all watching this together. Mm-hmm. So it's like we're all in the room together, just watching this stuff happen and play out.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, man. What's up? What you got next? What's up?
Gosh, man. Speaking of celebrities, I don't know if you want to touch this. I'm gonna dip my toe in it and see how you feel about it. But I saw some of the women, celebrity females, that now have OnlyFans accounts, like tweeting, and it made me think about the fact that, like, all right, so you got some of them that are in relationships. I know Joel Santana, you know, Dipset. Yeah. His girl, long time, I think they married now, finally. Kim Bella, she started a page. They got like 4 kids together, and he posted it on his social media. Like you can't touch.
He's supporting.
Yeah, he supports. Kat is with Karl Anthony Towns of the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's with Jordan Woods. She got a page now, and he supports. So I guess my question is, not only OnlyFans, but like stripping as well. Like, how would you feel? You know what I mean? Like, could you support that? Could you support that move?
Man, it would be a hard pill to swallow. I understand that you get money, and that's a revenue stream, but at what cost? Like, at what cost is worth the money? You know what I'm saying? Is it you selling your body, which is like a prostitute, really? in my mind. I understand that, people are doing it, to make ends meet and to live the lifestyle that they want to live and stuff like that. But could I personally support it? Probably. It would be a hard pill to swallow. So I'm gonna say no right now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think if we didn't start that way, then we shouldn't start now. You know what I mean? Like if I met you and you was a stripper, then I would probably support. Like I'm gonna support your dream. I'm not gonna be the one to tell you to quit because that's how I met you. You know what I mean? But you're gonna come up today and just be like, hey, I think I'm gonna start stripping. What? Did you ever do it before? Nah, I feel like it's a good way to get money. Nah, I don't think so.
Because that stuff online, that stuff is never going away.
Oh no. Yeah, that's out there forever. Screenshot.
Yeah, that's the
bootleg, whatever. Like it's out there. Yeah.
Like kids and your grandkids are gonna be seeing that stuff one day.
Yeah. Every time I
look for it. And the way that
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Now I was gonna say, in the way that these kids are today with the cyberbullying stuff, man, that'd be crazy.
Oh yeah, 100%. I see on World Star, I always see like this girl, parents disowned her after this post, or you know what I mean, something like that. I'm like, yeah, man, that's a hard, and that's not even having an account. It's just what they're posting to their Twitter or their Instagram or TikTok or whatever social media platform that they're putting themselves out there like that on. So you gotta be careful with that. And you talk about cancel culture. I really think that's kind of part of it too, because like, keep it real, employers and are doing background checks on social media for their employees. So if I'm either one, hiring somebody, or two, renegotiating a contract, and I look up your social media and this is the way that you present yourself, I don't know if that's the right fit for my company.
Right.
Same thing with colleges, as they accept incoming, these students and stuff like that. So people gotta kind of think about where they want. You got to think longer than the short term. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, where do you want to see yourself in the future? Because you may do something that you think is innocent enough today, just because it's a fad or because everybody else is doing it, that may cost you in the long run.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's one thing I think that, we were young once before. I mean, we still pretty young, but, younger than what we are now. And we weren't thinking long term. We weren't. We was thinking about like what's in front of my face right now.
Yeah, 100%. I was in smoking, drinking and driving. You know what I mean? I'll never do that right now. You know what I mean?
What?
Back then, like I didn't even think about it. The possibility of me dying off of drinking and driving wasn't even a factor. Like it never crossed my mind. Like this might happen. You know what I mean? I just knew I was just gonna get to where I was gonna get to safely, even if I didn't remember how I got there.
Exactly, which is crazy. Like the Lord be looking out for people. Well, I tell you, it's been plenty of nights when I got home and I don't remember even getting there. Like how I blacked out from for like a good 10 minutes, and I couldn't remember how I got from point A to point B.
Dude, I remember being at Fist drinking. Like we pre-gamed at Fist. I'm drinking. Drove out to your house in Stewart's Ferry, or your apartment at the time. Smoked with some people. I was meant to throw somebody in there. I ain't gonna put your business out there. Smoked with some people. So now I'm drunk and I'm high. And then I went out to Opry Mills. They had the boat ride. We went to the boat ride. I don't remember how I got on that boat. I just remember being on the boat. I was the driver, and I had people with me. Like it wasn't just me. Like it was other people in the car with me. And like, man,
dumb stuff.
I would never do that now. I put somebody else's life on the line just because like I wanted to have a quote unquote good time. And I probably would have had a good time regardless. So yeah, no, man, that's crazy, man. You just don't think when you're young, like you're invincible. That's how you feel.
That's exactly how you feel. That's how all these kids feel, man. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
And Jeezy was saying it yesterday in the excuse me, in the during the battle. And he was talking about, this stuff is bigger than me and you. You know what I'm saying? We got people looking at us where in your case, like you said, you was putting people's lives in jeopardy.
Yeah.
But, it might be, what I'm saying, friends, people who are looking at you to, get them from point A to point B safely. But, unfortunate things could potentially happen. But again, what I'm saying, life is so much bigger than just one person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I forgot how we got on that topic.
Just not thinking about, I guess short-term decisions. We've talked about OnlyFans page, but
yeah.
See, no agenda. You see how random, like just a line of randomness just comes straight through. That's how the man's mind works. You know what I mean? That's our logic, though. You know what I mean? Like our logic is so different than women.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I guess we'll switch it over to movies and TVs, man.
All right.
So I know you said that the new Wonder Woman is coming out.
Oh yeah. So it's actually dropping on HBO Max.
Breaking up?
Yeah, I see that. It's crazy. We back.
I get your Wi-Fi checked out, man.
Man, yeah, something like that. But the Wonder Woman,
but using all your bandwidth.
Man, don't joke on my bandwidth, man. But yeah, so Warner Brothers announced that they're gonna drop Wonder Woman 1984 on HBO Max and in the theaters at the same time, and on HBO Max for free, which is crazy. But
it's not really for free because you're paying with a subscription,
right? So $10 a month, or you can do a free subscription and then cancel, which I'm sure they're counting for, which is why they dropped it at the end of the month or the end of the year, actually, so that they can boost their Q4 shares up or where I don't know. I don't do all that stock stuff. But yeah, man, like I think this move is potentially going to change the game. I'm breaking up again, ain't I?
Yes.
All right. What's that? All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Nah, I should. The problem should be fixed now.
Okay.
So what did you think about that? The potential, or not even the potential, because it's going to happen.
I think they should have dropped it during the summer. That's what I think. They should have been did this. There was trying. I understand. They've tried to play the waiting game and see what Corona was going to do for the, what I'm saying, for the economy and stuff like that. So we all know that it's not going anywhere no time soon. They see that, what I'm saying, numbers are spiking up and everything. Some states and are going back to, what I'm saying, certain mandates. So why not just push it out? I mean, it's better for me to put it out there and make some money some type of way than just me sitting on it and then try to push it out like in 2022 when nobody cares about it no more.
Right. Which, yeah, absolutely. I just think that this has, so I think we were already heading towards streaming leading the way in movies, even blockbusters. And this is the first blockbuster, because there's been other movies to drop, and you can argue that Milan was supposed to be a blockbuster. I would argue differently, because it seemed like way more of a serious take on Mulan. If it would have been like the cartoon, then I would say it would have been a blockbuster. But the serious take, like I don't think that would have made the money that they think it would have anyway. So to me, I think this is it. This is the test. This is the toe into the streaming, and I don't think there's no turning back. I think people are going to see how successful this is, what the numbers look like. We were already headed this way. Disney has already announced that their primary focus is on Disney Plus. HBO Max is clearly poured in a lot of money into theirs as well, with the likes of Lovecraft Country. You know, man, you typing hard as hell.
Am I? My bad.
And then now you have, you know, they're putting Wonder Woman. They've absorbed all the what am I trying to think of, DC shows into HBO Max. So like Titans,
The Teen Titans.
well, it's just called Titans. The live action version, Doom Patrol, a couple of others. They're coming out with a few others as well. And then of course they gave Zack Snyder like $20 million to finish off his version of Justice League.
Which, I mean, hey, that's gonna pay back, you know what I'm saying, 3-4 times fold.
Absolutely. So, but like these companies are all in, so it's just a matter of time before everybody else catch up. And this is the way that we're gonna live from now on. It's like Black Widow, there's no doubt in my mind that Black Widow's not going to streaming. I see the way that COVID's going.
Basically what I just said.
Yeah. COVID has accelerated what was going to happen anyway. Because a year from now, something like, I'm not going to say Blade, but let me think of a movie. Let's say X-Men, because eventually Disney and Marvel are going to do an X-Men. Why not have that as a Disney Plus show or a Disney Plus movie? It was going to happen. You know what I mean? So look at Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, She-Hulk. They already have a catalog. Moon Knight. It's a bunch of shows that are coming out that's pretty big budget.
But my question is, how do you figure that this is the test when we've already had like a plethora of movies that have came out on streaming services, whether it be, you know, Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever, who have had, you know what I'm saying, like blockbuster hit celebrities in these movies.
Yeah, but they still straight to DVD movies. I mean, let's be real. Like, as much as I like Jamie Foxx's, what's that movie he came out with on Netflix?
I know Power.
So Project Power is going to come out on Netflix regardless. It's a blockbuster movie, but it's not that one. You know what I mean?
Well, what about like the Coming to America 2?
So yeah, I mean that one was definitely a product of COVID. That's the whole reason why it's going to Prime. And it's not
Prime or Netflix?
March. No, it's going to Prime in March.
Okay. But to your point, instead of all of these blockbuster movies going to actual theaters, you're now going to be having these companies like Amazon and Netflix and Hulu or whoever now are going to be paying upfront money.
Right.
So the $1.7 million, I guess you would get at the Blockbuster over a 3-month period or 6-month period, you would get that up front to one of these streaming services. And the streaming services would then just play your catalog or play your movie from now until, you know what I'm saying, for the next 2-3 years and recoup their money that way.
Right. Or they might, like in Wonder Woman's case, they'll probably dual. They could possibly dual it, you know what I mean, where they release it on streaming and in the theater at the same time, especially if it's a blockbuster movie, like something like Wonder Woman or Black Widow. Why not? You know what I mean? Because like if I like Wonder Woman while I watch it at home, or I might be like, no, there's no way I'm watching this at home. I want to see it on the big screen, or I want to see it on IMAX because it's
like the next Fast and Furious movie.
I'll watch that at home.
I would too. However, there might be some people who want to go to the movie theater.
They might. So this dual release, like I think it'll be beneficial, especially to keep the theaters limping along. I think this is their only option, honestly, is the theater.
Dude, I was told you yesterday, I think that this is like the beginning of the death of the movie theater. Like how the drive-in eventually died off, but they're limping along because they still have that nostalgia feeling for like the old way.
Yeah,
that's the way that these movie theaters going to be. Just like
You're not going to have 4 or 5 theaters in your town anymore.
Right.
You'll have like, I mean, I think IMAX will always have a place, especially as long as there's directors like Christopher Nolan or Michael Bay, you know, these big budgeted spectacles that go on the screen. Like you have to, like some movies have to be seen at
like the next Avatar has to be in a theater.
Dude, I didn't want to see Avatar on anything but IMAX when I first, you know, when it first came out. Same thing with was it Dark Knight?
Oh yeah, that was another good one.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
Some of these Inception, I think I saw anything Christopher Nolan does. I hadn't seen Tenet just because of COVID.
I haven't either.
Go ahead.
But hey, is Tenet only at the theater?
Yeah, it hasn't come out yet on streaming.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, so it is the death, but it was a death that I think was going to happen anyway. Because
maybe not as fast.
No, definitely not as fast. I mean, we were probably 5-10 years out, and now we're here, like we're legit here. So they need to. I mean, they have no choice but to take the deals that they're given at this point. You know, if they even want to stay open. You know, otherwise you might as well just shut your doors.
Right.
Because nothing's coming out. So something has to come out. You know. This has been one of the worst movie years ever.
It really has, man. You know, we've been seeing a lot of good stuff, which there's been some good movies on Amazon Prime, Hulu, you know, Netflix and stuff like that, but not the way that we were expecting.
Yeah, and we've been spoiled by Marvel, right? Because Marvel
absolutely
it's like 3 movies a year, and like we've got nothing. This whole year, like, what are you doing, man? If y'all don't drop Black Widow tomorrow, just so I can say I saw something Marvel-wise, and then they push back WandaVision, like the one little hope of having something Marvel-oriented, because I'm a Marvel fan. I'm a fan of the universe that Kevin Feige has built. And I have, man, it's like
going through withdrawals.
Oh, man. I don't even want to watch the old stuff now. Like, he's just getting...
I don't know, man. I still get good, I don't want to say goosebumps, but I still feel good watching old movies, especially like the Captain America Winter Soldier.
No, it's still they classics. Civil War. They are classics, but like I need something new. I need to continue this story, especially after Endgame, because Endgame was so definite. Like I want to know next for the universe, and Spider-Man didn't wrap that up good enough for me. Like it was just like it was such a pocket.
It was a filler. I'm just gonna give you that.
Yeah, which it was good. It was a great movie for Spider-Man. It's probably it's probably the best Spider-Man movie, if you ask me. But it was in its pocket. So now I need to see what the rest of the universe looks like and how they're dealing with this after the snap and everything. I have no clue. I don't know.
Yeah. Don't know how the universe is coming together anymore.
Nah.
With Venom or Morbius or the whole Spider-Verse.
Where's the promotion for Morbius? We got one trailer, man, and they was just like, nope. We're just gonna disappear into oblivion and act like it never happened. Like no one ever talks about Morbius. That movie was supposed to have been out, man. I ain't gonna say I was excited for it, but like I was looking forward to it.
Just for something different. Just to see what they was gonna what direction they was gonna go.
Yeah, and I'm a Jared Leto fan, so I'm happy now that I get to see Jared Leto back in the Snyderverse of Justice League. You know what I mean?
Hey, I think that I heard. You correct me if I'm wrong. What I heard is that his new scenes that he's filming is gonna be like hard, like because it's Zack Snyder's new cut that he's refilming.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jared Leto's part is going to be like more prominent into that movie.
Well, they said he previously wasn't in the movie, and so there's all the scenes that he just shot were all new scenes. Zach said it's probably about 4 minutes worth of content altogether that he shot, but everybody's thinking it's just part of that futuristic post-apocalyptic future that Bruce saw in Batman v Superman.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see more of an age-weary Joker. So more of a even more so battle-hardened Joker because he's been through some stuff. Batman's been through some stuff. You're gonna have Deathstroke in it. He's got a mohawk. Joe Manganiello just tweeted out a picture yesterday of what he looks like as Deathstroke. Looks pretty cool. There's a rumor that Jared Leto, that Zach didn't just direct Jared in for Justice League, that he actually shot a scene for the air cut version of Suicide Squad, which has already been out. But there's talks that they're going to re-release it in a different cut, much like they're doing with Justice League, and that Zack Snyder actually directed the death of Robin. And it's
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that too.
So you will get a darker version of the Joker as he's killing Robin and burning him, because apparently in the comic he blew up, right? So he beat him up, took him to the brink of death, and then he just exploded because he strapped a bomb to his chest. But in this one, it's what it sounds like is he beats him up and then sets him on fire, which
it's more dramatic.
It is because there's a slow burn to that as opposed to a big explosion. It's like you're gonna feel that for a second.
It's more intimate.
Yeah, a little bit more evil, which I can see Jared Leto's crazy Joker. That you know, what I mean, the little bit that we got, you can realize like he's unhinged. Like he has no remorse for what he does. Like he's a psychopath, but a very coherent psychopath at that. So now I look forward to anything he does as the Joker, because I enjoyed what he did for what little we got.
I'm just ready. Like you said, I'm ready for something.
Yeah,
I'm ready for something.
Yep. And I'm not the biggest champion of Wonder Woman, especially 1984, because I don't think it's been looking as, I don't know. It looks okay. Like it doesn't look great. But I could be proven wrong. But just because it's the first thing to come out, I'm all for it now. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be on HBO Max. Yeah, I got that. I'm like, let's do it. I'm ready. So excited.
What how much time we got?
Man, whatever.
I heard, speaking of movies, that Chadwick Boseman had his last movie coming out on Netflix.
Yeah.
He's playing a trumpet player. I mean, it just to see new stuff coming out after he's passed, it's like, wow, that guy was amazing.
Yeah, he was a hard worker, man. So yeah, I definitely want to watch this. It's what Viola Davis is in it as well,
right? Playing the main singer. The trailer looked real good.
It's like something Bottom.
Up first, I think it's Ma Rainey Black Bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, Ma Rainey Black Bottom.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, man. I'm sure it's great. Chadwick's, even though I'm not a fan of everything that he's been in, he's been great in them. It's just some of the tones of the movies I just didn't like, but like he's a good actor for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So over the weekend I went to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I did this NASCAR experience. It's basically you get into an actual NASCAR and you drive around the track. The track is like 1.5 miles long. I thought it was going to be somewhat of an adrenaline rush, kind of like skydiving or bungee jumping. Nah, it's stressful. It's very dangerous. I don't recommend it.
You didn't feel safe while you was driving?
No. I got bruises.
Really?
First of all, let me tell you this. So I had a problem. I got in one car and the car wouldn't start. I had to get out of that car. I got in the second car and I tried to get into the second car and I couldn't fit. It was the window was too small because you got to get in through the window.
Right.
So it had a roll bar that was like blocking half of the window. So I couldn't get in that one. I got in my third car and the clutch went out. I'm thinking to myself after the third time, I'm like, hey, God, what are you telling me? I don't need to be here. Something's about to happen. I get out of that car. I get in my fourth car. It starts up. No problem. I take off, no problem. I get around the track. I'm supposed to be listening to a woman who's sitting up in the stands, and she can see the whole track, so she's supposed to be guiding me as I'm driving. I can't hear her. It's static in my ear. They told you when you go through the orientation or whatever, like if you can't hear who's talking to you, you need to get off the track because you're now a danger to everybody else on that track. Because it might be somebody coming behind you who want to pass you, and you might be swerving or something like that, something dangerous. So she told me, I could hear her telling me statically, you need to get off the track. So I get off the track, I get back into the pit, and the guy was like, man, what's happening? I said, I can't hear her. And I said, all I hear is static. So he hooks it up to his personal radio, and he started talking to me, and I hear him perfect. He said, all right, you can take this radio. He said, you ready? I said, nah. I said, hey man, I'm done. I went around the track maybe two times, maybe. You're supposed to do it for 5 minutes. I said, no man, I'm done. He said, are you sure? Why? So I told him, I said, man, this is my 4th car, and I don't have any problems with this. I said, this is a sign, man. I'm telling you, this is a sign. So I get out the car, and he said, okay. So he took me back over to take all my stuff off and everything. And it was a guy who hands out helmets. Mm-hmm. And I told him my story. He said, man, how was it? I said, man, I didn't have a good time. He said, wait a minute, hold on. We got to fix this because it's only 3 Black people there. Me, Derek, and some guy who came from who we met from Florida. A bunch of white people. And it's nothing, I mean, it's just the fact that we're the only Black people there, and I don't have a good experience. So now they're trying to make me have a good experience. And I'm like, nah, I don't think so. So my whole thing, like I took this picture. So it was a experience, I'll say that, but I would not do that again. I would not do it again. I mean, you have to do too much. You have to learn how to drive around the corners a certain way. You have to listen to this woman. You have to talk to her back, or him, or whoever's directing you. It was just way too much. I have so much more respect for those NASCAR drivers, man.
Okay. All right.
I got bruises on my arm and on my back from trying to get in and out of those cars, man. It was way too much.
You don't think about that because all you see on TV is they just driving left. You know what I mean? So they just going left. So the fact that you say now you have a more respect for them, like that's crazy because like you don't realize what they go through. You see them, you assume that they're all small because they do have to climb through. I heard the cars get mad hot.
Yeah, especially in the summer.
Yeah. So nah.
So and then you're not the only one on the track. That was the dangerous part. It's maybe 7 to 10 people on the track also. So then when you watch a NASCAR or some track race and you think that they got like 20 plus cars on the road at the same time and they're all, drifting behind each other, like that's dangerous.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What was the speed?
How fast I got? So according to this, I got up to 156.
I mean, you can do that on the highway.
And that's the same thing I said. But it felt like I was going 70. Like it didn't feel like I was going fast at all.
So you're not Ricky Bobby, or you're Ricky Bobby after after he wrecked.
After the accident. Yeah. I'm like, oh, what was that? What was that?
Did you jump out like when you finally got out? Was you like, I'm on fire? Help me.
Dude, if I would have did that, it would have caused so much commotion.
See Derek run over. Oh, Lamar's on fire.
He said, I catch you. Yeah, he tried to put out the imaginary fire. Oh, that would have been funny. And it was way too serious to even play like that.
I remember we was doing training before I went to Kuwait, and not Kuwait, I'm sorry, Kyrgyzstan. And part of the training was rollover training. So because flipping in Humvees a common occurrence because they're top heavy, especially in up armor. So they're top heavy. So you got to learn how to drive them for one, and two, you got to learn if you do flip or get hit by IED or whatever the case may be, you gotta know how to get out of them because it's disorienting. Flip. So they have a simulator where you get in and it rotates you. It teaches you the importance of strapping everything down because like they'll have ammo cans because you'll carry ammo cans on your, which the ammo cans are metal, but in this case they're like styrofoam or something. So like when they hit you, it don't hurt. But like if it was a real ammo can and you hadn't strapped it down properly, like you're probably knocked out. You know what I mean? Like that's a dangerous weapon in a flip. But anyway, so I was a gunner, so I didn't really have a seat. I was sitting on a rope. Like a strap, like your seatbelt. That's what I was sitting on. And then everybody else, of course, was like buckled in and everything. Now, what's supposed to happen is once we start rolling,
what's supposed to happen?
The two people in the back are supposed to grab me to stabilize me because they have a seatbelt. So I don't. So they're supposed to stabilize me so I don't go flipping everywhere. What happened was nobody grabbed me. So we start flipping and I'm just all over the place, you know, kicking people in the head and stuff. But then for some reason, like everybody in the car just started yelling Ricky Bobby stuff, which is what made me think about it. He was like, help me, Jesus, help me, Tom Cruise, help me over. So then when we finally got out, because they end up locking 3 out of the 4 doors. So you got to find out which door is open. And everybody has to lead that way. And we get out and the instructors are just cracking up laughing. Like, what are y'all doing? It's like, man, if you can't have fun, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, yes, this is serious training and we got a lot out of it, but like, why not have some fun? Like,
right.
One of us was like, help me, Jesus, help me over. And they had cameras on the inside too. I wish I had the tape, man, because I know it was funny.
That's funny.
In the training, I never flipped in a Humvee, but I did flip my car in 2013, 2014, I flipped my car. I had a Malibu, rolled over a couple times, you know. The guy helped me out. He said, it looked like I dropped out of the sky. Just dropped out of nowhere. But like, as soon as I was done, like that training kicked right in. I was like, all right, I need to look for the door that's open. Like it was, I wasn't disoriented like I normally, like normal people would be, just because I had that training. So it was like immediately it kicked in, and then like in that moment I was like, oh man, I had rollover training. This is awesome. I know what to do. Like unbuckle.
You never know why you're doing stuff for certain reasons. And eventually, you know what I'm saying, they'll show the reason why you had to learn something. No matter what it was, which is good.
Nah, it's awesome. You probably did the right thing though by not continuing, because I ain't no telling what happened. Sometimes we get signs in our lives, and
he gave me 4 signs.
We ignore them sometimes, and then you get put in a bad situation. You're like, man, I knew I shouldn't have done this because God told me not to do this. Like he gave me so many chances, and I was just like, nope, I'm going anyway.
That's exactly how I felt. I was like, man, if I would have went out there one more time, I was going to crash, or flip, or something was going to happen. I don't know what, but something bad was going to happen if I went back out there. Maybe not, but hell, that's how 4 chances. He told me to get out 4 times.
You did right.
Yeah. So I won't do it again. I'll tell you that. I'll go watch somebody do it, but I'm not getting back in that car.
At least you gained respect for them.
No, absolutely. And it's loud as crap too.
Oh yeah.
Loud. Yeah. What about that Mandalorian? You check it out?
Oh yeah, I watched it. I ain't gonna get nothing away. Because I know earlier you said you hadn't seen it.
No, but I watched the last one.
It's another good episode. We talked about the last one.
Did we?
Yeah, we talked about it with Ricardo.
Bo-Katan and everything. You're right.
Right? No, it was a filler episode. Yeah.
Yes. We didn't talk about them.
Nah, that was a good one. With the other Mandos. Bo-Katana. And
she took off that helmet. I was like, she's not real. And then she told us who she was. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I thought Sasha Banks, who's a professional wrestler, she was one of the other Mandalorians that was with Bo-Katan. I thought she was going to be a Jedi, but apparently she was a Mandalorian. So that's pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing Ahsoka Tano. Ahsoka Tano? I don't know, whatever. I'm not that big of a. I'm into Star Wars, but not like some. I'm not diehard.
I hate that we gotta wait week to week. I want they just drop them all at the same time. That's my whole thing.
Must see TV, man.
Man. See, so like you said, they could have just dropped every episode, and then they could have just dropped Black Widow.
Yeah.
Or WandaVision.
They want people talking about it though. They want theories and you know, for you to come up with your own conclusion or what you think is going to happen next.
Man. This is why the investors are mad. Like you said, the investors are upset about the way things are going.
Yeah, I mean they are. I think there's I doubt for Mandalorian though, because Mandalorian is their only saving grace right now.
Well, I'm saying Disney as a whole.
Oh yeah, I mean they're not making great choices right now because I mean they're fighting too hard for the theaters. So you got to dial it back, man. It's a losing battle. Just dial it back and switch over, which is gonna happen.
Yeah,
gonna give me that one. I mean that Black Widow.
Yeah, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to see Taskmaster.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I can't wait.
I want to see the next bad. That's what I really want to see.
I want to see Taskmaster. Now, hopefully they don't kill him because Disney has a huge problem with just killing off villains. Hopefully they keep him so that way we can see him hopefully in the future with like Deadpool because they are hilarious together.
They need to make a movie like, you know how Halloween and Jason and Freddy, like they were the bad villains, but they lived to make another movie, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm waiting for a good bad movie where the villains just demolish everything, like, you know what I'm saying, like not Endgame, but Infinity War.
Where the villain wins at the end.
Where the villain wins, yes. Yeah. Have a great movie where the villain wins.
Or just don't die. I'm fine if they just don't die. Every one of the villains have died, with the exception of, nope, they're all dead now. Because Thanos was like the only one that didn't die. I can't think of one of the villains that hadn't died. All of Iron Man villains died. Thor, he killed the Dark Elf. Who's the first one? Loki's still out there.
Who?
Loki, a version of him, is still out there. So
Red Skull is still alive.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, but are we gonna see him again? I don't know. Hopefully. Who else you got? Ant-Man, his villain collapsed on itself. But the other one's still alive. Ghost is still out there somewhere.
But she turned good.
Yeah. She's more of an anti-hero now.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah. That's what I like to see. I like to see bad people win sometimes.
Yeah, why not?
Sometimes.
Throw a curveball.
Yeah, this is it. Throw a curveball.
Like, how good would it have been in the last Halloween, instead of Michael Myers, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the last Halloween, which has been at least 2 years now, instead of Jamie Lee Curtis trapping him, which is a stupid plan to trap him and set him on fire, like he's not gonna get out. If he'd have killed her, you know what I mean? Like, and that's how the movie went off. He killed Jamie Lee Curtis.
That would have been great. Like his mission is now done. He can rest.
Right. And now somebody else got to bring him out of retirement. Like somebody starts hunting him.
Right.
Yeah. That's how it should have ended.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly how it should end.
Freddy finally kills Nancy. You know.
I think like the only movie that I think that was really good that the villain wins at the end was like The Usual Suspects.
Oh no, yeah, that's an awesome ending. I mean,
yeah.
That made the whole movie, really.
It really did.
That's what makes it so iconic. Because it made you think
about the rest of the movie.
Yeah. it's just an okay movie up until that point. Like it's just like this movie's all right, and then you're like, oh my god, like I didn't even see the stuff behind them. Like, I haven't paid attention to any of that stuff.
With a bunch of B-list celebrities.
Yeah, like Kevin Spacey wasn't nobody back then. Crazy. So, Benicio del Toro, nobody knew him. Billy Baldwin, nobody still knows him.
But he did a good role in that movie too.
He did. He was good. He got some good movies too. Like I hated that his career. I don't know what happened to him, but like
I think drugs or something.
I still like Biodome. Him and Pauly Shore.
Oh, come on, man. Biodome for real. Pauly Shore is so annoying, man.
What? You ain't like Son-in-Law? Man, come on, man. No, Son-in-Law is awesome.
It was funny, man. It was fun for the times. It was funny for the time. Yeah, Encino Man. What you used to say? What's that Army movie he was in?
In the Army Now.
Yeah.
Him and Andy Dick. That movie's terrible. Oh man, there's some classics out there. I mean, but not
they vintage.
Right. You don't want to watch them again. You have fond memories.
Right.
Oh man, it's like Three Ninjas. I tried to watch Three Ninjas the other day. I was like, this movie is trash. But I liked it as a kid. Like it was so bad. I didn't even think I was watching the same thing because it wasn't fun. Like, it was just like I don't know what was happening. I don't know if I was watching the first one or the second one. I don't know.
It don't matter. They was all
could have been kicked back. I don't know. It was terrible. I was like,
I was telling you that I was watching Home Alone.
It holds up. It still holds up. It's funny though.
No, it's definitely funny, but it's just the way that they was like. It was a PG movie, but they was cussing, and the way that Kevin was talking back to his mom in the movie was like, how was this ever a PG movie? Like none of this stuff would ever fly.
Nah. Yeah. Yeah, that movie's crazy. You know, they Joe Pesci, the reason why he does that freaking because they told him he couldn't cuss. So that was his way of cussing. Because like he actually I think they said he turned down the movie at first because they said he couldn't use foul language. Like, I don't want to be in it then. And then he ended up coming up with that idea. And the other guy too, the guy that plays Marv, he turned it down and they casted somebody else. And just so happened the other guy dropped out like the week of or something like that. So they ended up going back to him just to see. And he was like, oh yeah, I'll do it now.
No, man. I can't see that movie without them two.
Right.
Man,
it's have you watched that The Movies That Made Us? On Netflix, it's a documentary. That's one of the movies they talk about, and they give all those little tidbits, man. But Joe Pesci was perfect in that.
Yeah, I like Marv. The things that happened to him when he was screaming in that whole, he stepped on that nail and screamed, and
I lose it every time Kevin put the spider on his face. Oh my god, man! That scream he get, because that's what that would be me. You'll be like.
Some of that stuff was probably real.
Then he hit Joe Pesci with the crowbar trying to get the spider off of him. Like,
Did I get him?
What are you doing, Marv? He's like, don't move.
David, I like how they did the throwback to planes, trains, and automobiles. Also, whenever he touched the sink, but it was electrocuted. He was electrocuting himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he was screaming and everything, and then he turned into a skeleton. Yeah, good stuff.
They said also in that doc I was just talking about, they said that John Candy, he did the movie as a favor to John Hughes, I think it was, and he was only supposed to be there for like 2 hours. And they said John Hughes just kept making him redo the scene. He ended up being there all day. He said he's pissed.
John Candy, man, great stuff, man. Uncle Buck, man, that was a classic.
Uncle Buck is a classic. Uncle Bucket is a classic. Yeah. That one and Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, even though he's not in that, but that's another classic too.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Yeah, my old throwback movies, man.
Yeah.
What else? You got anything else, man?
Nah, man, that's pretty much it for this week.
I think the last thing I had, man, was just basically because I don't think that we're gonna do anything next week, but we coming up on Thanksgiving, so I think that we just want to end it on a good light note, which was basically like, what's your favorite holiday food or Thanksgiving dinner plate, dessert, or
I'm gonna tell you my must. How about that? Because I don't.
Your must. No, that ain't the same. I want you.
How's it not?
Because I mean, those don't mean that it's your favorites.
They are my favorites. Like, this is what I need to have for it to be Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I need mac and cheese baked.
Why you say it like that?
Because it's got to be baked. Like, if it's come from the stove, like, I don't want it. Like, I mean, that stove top. Like, if it comes from the stove top, if you put it in a pot, I don't want it. Like, it needs to be baked.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of two things. So you the way you said it is like, I need mac and cheese baked. Made me think of Black Dynamite.
Yeah. 2 hot dogs split down the middle, smush fried.
That's what it made me think about. Okay, go ahead.
Oh
man.
So I need that. I need dressing. No stovetop, no stuffing, dressing.
Oh man, that was funny.
What else do I need? I like cranberry sauce, so I gotta have cranberry sauce on my dressing. Some people are gravy people. I'm not one of those people. Like, if my only option is gravy, then I eat it dry.
Right.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm not putting gravy on my dressing. It's just, I don't know. And I need green beans, but not just any green beans. They gotta be Allen's from the big can.
That's okay.
That's about it, man. If I get those things, everything else come be all right.
You ain't say no meat.
Nah, because I mean, I can eat whatever meat it is. You know what I mean? My preference is honey baked ham over turkey.
You know what I haven't had in a while? And Cornish hen inside the dressing.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had that in a while. That's what I remember when I think back about childhood Thanksgiving dinners and stuff like that. But I guess since you gave your must, I think my must would be like, it's pretty much the same: mac and cheese, green beans, dressing. I'll take it with either cranberry sauce or gravy. But then sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes would be a good one for me. And then for dessert, either a pecan pie or a sweet potato pie.
Yeah. I like both of them.
Mm-hmm. I am not trying to get no green bean casserole.
Nah, I don't want no casserole. Don't do nothing fancy to nothing. I don't want no sweet potato casserole. Just give me straight sweet potatoes. You ain't gotta put no
marshmallows and all that.
Marshmallows and pecans in the sweet potatoes. Just give me the sweet potatoes. Like, make me a side batch if you're gonna do all that.
Yeah. And then
I want sweet potatoes. I don't want candy yams. It's a difference.
I think that's about it. I know I didn't say any meat either, but you know what I'm saying? I think the ham and the turkey, those are musts, or they're probably like defaults.
Because people do a lot with turkey nowadays. How do you prefer your turkey? Like, you want it smoked, you want it deep fried?
Nah, I like it in old baked, old school baked.
See, I like smoked.
Oh yeah. Why?
I'm gonna get turkey. I like smoked. I like the smoked taste, that hickory taste. Just tastes better.
It just tastes better.
It's like barbecuing on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean the fried turkeys be good too, but
the fried turkeys I find be a little dry.
It depends on who. It depends on how long you're cooking them, I guess.
Yeah. You know what I always think of when I think of turkey? Christmas Vacation. The Griswolds, so they cut open that turkey
and it like disintegrated. Yeah, but everybody still ate it.
Yeah,
spitting out the little bones and stuff. Yeah, Christmas Griswolds. That's my favorite. One of my two favorite holiday movies.
Yeah,
Christmas Vacation. That one and the Christmas Story.
Yeah, mine's Bad Santa.
Bad Santa.
Because I'm a fiend for anybody talking bad to kids. I don't know why. Like, it's the funniest thing to me. Like, if you cuss at a kid, like, not in real life. In real life, I'm like appalled. I'm like, oh my God, that's just too much. But in the movie, I'm like, that is the fun. Like, who thought of this? They're talking crazy to kids. So yeah, definitely Bad Santa. And I don't know if I have another one that's just like a must. I've never liked A Christmas Story like you do. Oh, Screwed.
Screwed is a good one. It is good. Bill Murray.
Yeah. That's a class. I watch that every year.
Yeah.
At least part of it. Very least.
All right, brother. Good stuff.
All right, man.
We talked about a lot of stuff. I think we being consistent. I think this is episode number
5.
5. Yeah, episode number 5, man.
Season 2.
That's right.
Yep.
So again, I appreciate your time.
All right.
We'll definitely get it up later on. I hope y'all enjoying what we got going on with y'all.
Yep. All right. We'll holler at y'all next time.
That's right.